All was going well in my marriage until my husband got a job after 16 months of waiting. When John finally got that job, I was so happy for him. We celebrated, prayed together, and thanked God for answering our prayers. For the first few months, everything seemed normal. But about 8 months later, things began to change. John became so busy that he would fall asleep while we were having our usual bedtime conversations. Sometimes I'll be talking, and before I finish my sentence, he would already be asleep. At first, I understood. I told myself he was just tired from work. But then, something else started happening. His phone would ring constantly. Even during dinner, he would excuse himself to answer calls. Every single time. Every single time. The strange thing was that whenever the phone rang, he would look at me first. Then he would stand up and leave the room before answering. At first, I thought it was work related. After all, he had a demanding job. But the calls never stopped. Day after day, night after night. And slowly, doubts began to creep into my heart. Who was calling him? Why did he always leave the room? Why couldn't he answer in front of me? I tried not to think about it. I reminded myself that I wasn't a jealous woman. But another voice in my head kept saying, protect your marriage. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't concentrate. I started questioning everything. Was there another woman? Was I doing something wrong? Was I no longer enough? One night, I lay awake beside him while I slept peacefully. I watched him for a long time. Then I looked at his phone resting on the bedside table. For a moment, I was tempted to check it. Maybe I would find the answers I was looking for. But I couldn't do it. Something inside me wouldn't let me. Still, the suspicion remained. And every day, it grew stronger. One morning, I finally gathered the courage to ask him, John? He turned around immediately. Yes, baby. I swallowed hard. Is there anything you need to tell me? The moment the words left my mouth, my heart started racing. For a few seconds, he just looked at me. Then he said, I'm sorry. My heart nearly stopped. I felt like the ground had disappeared beneath my feet. Sorry? Sorry for what? Was he finally going to confess? Before I could think any further, he walked towards me, kissed my forehead, and smiled. I love you. I looked at him, confused. Then he laughed softly. I'm sorry I forgot to say that. Relief washed over me. Well, it didn't last, because just then his phone rang again. And once again, he hurried out of the room to answer it. The doubts came rushing back. I couldn't take it anymore. I started searching online. Signs your husband is cheating. How to know if your spouse is unfaithful. The more the videos I watched, the more frightened I became. Some of the signs matched what I was seeing. Soon, I found myself doing things I never imagined I would do. I searched his car. I checked his wardrobe. I looked through his belongings. I was desperate for answers. And then, one day, I found something that shattered my heart. John had come home in a hurry. He needed to travel for a conference and asked me to help pack his bag. As I folded his clothes, I noticed a small gift box hidden inside. My hands froze. A gift box. My heart sank. What's this? Was this it? Was he planning to give it to another woman? Tears filled my eyes. I wanted to open it. I wanted answers, but I couldn't. Instead, I carefully placed it back into the bag. After John left, I broke down. I felt betrayed, lost, heartbroken. A few hours later, my best friend called. She had just arrived in town and wanted to see me. Honestly, I needed someone to talk to, so I agreed. When I arrived at the restaurant, she was already waiting. The moment I saw her, I started crying. I couldn't hold it in anymore. As we stood there hugging, a lady suddenly walked towards us carrying a bouquet of flowers. "For you, ma'am," she said. I stared at the flowers in confusion. "For me?" My friend smiled and gently wiped my tears. Then she whispered, "Turn around." Slowly I turned, and there he was, John, on one knee, holding a ring. Tears instantly filled my eyes. He looked at me and smiled. "Sarah, you've been my strength through every challenge. You've stood by me through the hardest seasons of our lives. I want to choose you again and again for the rest of my life." At that moment, everything finally made sense. The secret calls, the late nights, the hidden gift box. It was never another woman. It was all for me. Friends and family stepped forward smiling and cheering. The entire surprise had been planned together. I cried like a baby, not because my marriage was ending, but because it wasn't. That day reminded me of something important. Sometimes the stories we create in our minds are far worse than reality. And sometimes love is quietly working behind the scenes while we are busy fearing the worst. And as I stood there looking into John's eyes, I knew one thing for sure: I would choose him all over again.